database usage. One of the reasons for PHP's popularity as a web scripting language is its support for a wide range of relational database systems. This support makes it easy for web developers to create data-driven websites and to prototype new web applications quickly and efficiently. PHP supports more than 15 different database engines, including Microsoft SQL Server, IBM DB2, MySQL, and Oracle. Until PHP 5, this support was offered through native database extension, each with its own function and features. However, this made it hard for developers to change from one database engine to another. PHP 5 reflects this situation by introducing a common API for database access. The PHP Data Object (PDO) extension, which provides a unified interface to working with databases and help developers manipulate different databases in a consistent manner. In PHP 5.3, the PDO extension has been further improved with support for new database engines and further optimization for security and performance. For backward compatibility, the native database extensions also continue to be supported. The native extensions are faster and offer more features, while PDO offers portability and consistency across database engines. PHP MySQLi extension. Of the various database engines supported by PHP, the most popular one by far is MySQLi. It's not difficult to understand why. Both PHP and MySQL are open source projects, and by using them together, developers can benefit from huge savings on the licensing cost and commercial alternatives. In addition to supporting MySQL through the PHP Data Objects extension, PHP also includes a custom MySQL extension named MySQL Improved MySQLi. This extension provides both speed and features benefits over the PDO version, and it's a good choice for MySQL specific development projects. Steps involved to get data from a database. In order to begin communication with the MySQL database server, first need to open a connection to server. In order to initialize this connection, initialize an instance of the MySQLi class and pass the object constructor 4 arguments. The hostname of MySQLi server to connect to, a valid username and password to gain access to it, and the name of the database to use. Assuming the connection attempt is successful, this object instance represents the database connection for all future operations and exposes methods for querying, fetching, and processing result sets. If the connection attempt is unsuccessful, the object instance will become false. An error message explaining the reason for failure can now be obtained by calling the MySQLi connect error function. The next step to create an execute the SQL query. This is accomplished by calling MySQLi objects query method and passing it the query to be executed. If the query was unsuccessful, the method returns boolean false. An error message explaining the cause of failure is stored in the MySQLi object's error property. If on the other hand the query is successful and returns one or more records, the return value of the query method is another object. This one an instance of the MySQLi result class. This object represents the result set returned by the query and it exposes various methods for processing the individual records in the result set. One such method is the fetchArray method. Each time fetchArray is invoked, it returns the next record in the result set as an array. This makes the fetchArray method very suitable for use in a while or for loop. The loop counter determines how many times the loop should run. This value is obtained from the MySQL result object numRows property, which stores the number of rows returned by the query. Individual fields from the record can be accessed as array elements using either the field index or the field name. Caution. The numRows property is only meaningful when used with queries that return data such as select queries. It shouldn't be used with insert, update or delete queries. Close the connection. Each result set returned after a query occupies some amount of memory. Thus, once the result has been processed, it's a good idea to destroy the MySQLi result object and free up the used memory by calling objects called close method. And once you complete working with the database, it's also a good idea to destroy the main MySQLi object in a similar manner by calling its close method.